everyone. Welcome to another Deep Dives with Dogs. Still working on that title. Trying to think, I got a jingle for my shorts. Trying to think of a little jingle for this. Um, I'm sure I'll come up with one. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. But today's topic is lost nuclear weapons. So in my short for the day, I talked about 4 nuclear weapons that had been dropped from a American B-52 that collided with an air tanker over Spain, and we lost one of them. Managed to recover it after a very helpful Spanish fisherman who reported a large object that had fallen into the water. Now, nuclear weapons being lost is kind of a little too common. Obviously, for the United States, we know quite a few of them. Probably actually all of the events where they were dropped or lost. It happens. None of them exploded or anything like that. And if they did explode, it was always the conventional part of the explosive, never the nuclear part. I feel like we probably know if it was a nuclear disaster. It wouldn't be that too easy to hide. However, each event is still not good. It still shouldn't happen, even if it's something that's like, well, you kind of can guess it will happen at some point. Um, but this one, it was very simple, like I said, B-52 collides with a tanker. It drops 2 bombs, explode. Uh, you know, fun. Collect the pieces from those, whatever you can, and then the third one falls on a land. It's recovered pretty quickly. The fourth one, though, they lost for several months. And you almost have to wonder, like, if your enemies ever found out about these at the time that they happen, wouldn't they have just gone and got them? Like, or not even just your enemies per se, just any nation. Wouldn't they want to go get that thing? Like, it's a hydrogen bomb, more specifically. And it's not just like a little toy. It's a hydrogen bomb. This is a big deal. You kind of wonder what would have, what country wouldn't want just a hydrogen bomb? Obviously, if the country of origin didn't find it, so the nation that built the dang thing, if they couldn't find it, how much could another nation find it? But in this instance, it was just a farmer who's like, yeah, I heard something fall from the sky and hit the water. And, like, somebody could have heard that. That wasn't the United States. But, hey, we managed to recover it. Like I said before, the Soviets, you never really know with their explosive devices what could have happened to them. If the United States dropped this many, how many did the Soviets drop? There was a few instances of it. There's at least 3 major ones that people can think of, but there's definitely more. And what would have happened if, like, how many did the Soviets lose? They're a little bit more, as one would say, maybe lackadaisical on certain things. Not because they want to be, but because the corruption's so bad in some cases that, well, they just don't care. Or uh, the ineptitude of it. And to be fair, like, a lot of nations are pretty inept with this. They forget these weapons after a while. You get into this lull of like, oh yeah, it's just another bomb. But you tend to forget, like, the destructive power of this one bomb. Um, and it's just hard to even know. Sorry, I had to put that up. It's getting a little chilly out here. Um, but it gets hard to know, like, would uh, would you take it seriously after a while? Like with a lot of things, people tend to uh, just slack off after a while because oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got this. But it takes one mistake for a nuclear event to happen. I mean, the Soviets already show that they didn't really take some of this stuff very seriously. But, what can you do? Nothing ever happened, so we don't have to worry about it, right, guys? Hopefully that never changes. Broken Arrow event, you know. But, yeah, these nuclear uh, weapon losses, there's still a few that have been lost in the sea. You know, you just kind of, you lose them, and they're just gone forever. And there's not really much you can do about it. It's down in certain depths. It's kind of just better to leave it. It's not hurting anything. It won't hurt anything. Yeah, it's got radiation, of course, but it's not enough radioactive material to really make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. Um, Maybe you get some new mutated fish if they live really close to it, but that's about it. Um, you just hope nothing ever happens to where those break down enough and maybe they go off. Unlikely. In many cases, they did try to get down to them and at least deactivate the dang thing and just leave it though. But who knows? I guess we'll just have to hope that nothing like this ever happens again, right? Who knows what could be happening today? But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think it's kind of crazy how many of these dang things we lost? Or any the fact that nuclear weapons were ever lost? Um, and yeah. Well, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you have any ways to improve it, leave a comment down below. I really appreciate it. And as always, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Thank you.